Hey everybody, this is the Sports Instigator Rich Winter, and behind me I'm watching Germany versus Algeria, and I'll tell you what, it looks like Germany's going to move through into the quarterfinals. Now, some interesting news today, and I found it quite intriguing that all of this stuff going on between Brooklyn and the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, it seems really odd, and I know everybody's heard the story, but apparently Jason Kidd walked into the Nets front office and asked for more power. Essentially, he wanted to be moved up into the GM status above Billy King. Well, the owner of the Nets said no, and in Kidd's back pocket, of course, he had the answer of he'd like to go visit with the Milwaukee Bucks. Seems kind of interesting. Well, anyway, a guy named Lasry is the former financial advisor for Jason Kidd, and he's also now a co-owner for the Milwaukee Bucks. So in and of itself, that doesn't seem too strange to me. The debate that I want to pose today and talk a little bit about is who won? Like, all of a sudden, out of the blue, like this marriage made in heaven for Jason Kidd went south awfully quickly, and now it looks like the Nets are in search of a coach, and of course that list has been predominantly pared down a little bit with some of the hirings thus far, Steve Kerr among those, and some others that have been hired around, and Jason Kidd runs off to the Milwaukee Bucks. So who won in this situation? Because Jason Kidd is going to a team that had the worst record in the league last year. Milwaukee, though, did get Jabari Parker. You got to feel bad for the coach of the Bucks, who was absolutely let go just all of a sudden. A couple of days ago, he was like, man, I got Jabari Parker. And now he's like, I don't have Jabari Parker and or a job. So the thing is I'm not really sure who won or if there's a clear winner in this debate. The one thing I do know is that for the Brooklyn Nets, I think coaches of Jason Kidd's ilk are a dime a dozen right now. He hasn't proven himself to be a spectacular coach. And for the Nets to get 2 second-round draft picks, it's not much. This is an aged franchise that really penciled themselves in for a couple of seasons, a big run with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. It didn't happen last year. A lot of injuries, a lot of inconsistency. But I think the two second-round picks give them a little bit of maneuverability. Did Jason Kidd win, though? Was the writing on the wall? Because it looks to me like Brooklyn is an extremely old team. I just don't see that team, being good enough to get back and maybe win an Eastern Conference Finals, unless, of course, the Miami Heat implode and blow themselves up. So I think it's a win-win situation for everybody. I don't think that the Nets front office really cared for Jason Kidd to walk in and demand to be front office material along with the head coach. And I got to say, for the Nets, for Jason Kidd, he kind of wins too. He goes to some new blood in a comfortable environment. He'll probably learn the ins and outs of trading and have to build through the draft. So I'm going to call it a win-win situation, but definitely a weird goings-on this week in the world of NBA sports. Sports Instigator Rich Winter, out.